decided to come and do this course because it was so accessible, having not come from a computer science background.
Came from maths and physics, and after that I did a PGCE, but then decided I wanted to go down more of a computing route.
Originally I was doing business management.
I originally came from a music technology background. Some of the modules had some programming in it, and I was really interested in that side of it.
Whenever I seen that I could do a conversion course and learn how to code and maybe get a job in 1 year, I thought that was just really enticing.
The MSc in Software Development here at Queen's is a conversion master's course. It's specifically designed for students who have not done any computing in their undergraduate degree. It's designed to get people ready so they can take on roles in the software development industry.
You get exposure all across the board. The range that you cover in itself is such a benefit to have going to an employer.
We have very close ties with the software industry here locally who helped us to design the curriculum.
Everything's very up to date, and every year the course is updating how they teach it and what they're doing, just because the way the industry is changing.
The core of it is about learning how to program. So there's a large emphasis on learning how to program in a language called Java. And we hope students do that. They will be able to learn any language after that when they leave. And they also learn about core technologies like databases. They learn about software testing. They learn about software engineering. And they also do web programming.
Well, the lecturers are really, really good at what they do, and they really aid in your teaching and in your learning.
They're so engaging, so encouraging, and they're really kind of making the most of resources that are available to them.
Most of the lecturers have worked out in the industry before, so it's quite cool to actually see that they can teach us from a very experienced background then.
Students do an intensive 3-month project, and that can be with an employer, it can be with companies that come in and set projects, it can be as a team, it can be as an individual. All of the main employers in the IT industry and computing industry in Northern Ireland and slightly further afield, they would all be involved in setting projects for our students. For instance, Allstate, our city, Kainos, Liberty, and a lot of others.
I had pretty much decided from the start that I wanted to do a company project. Well, my first preference was the Allstate project, where they said that they wanted to build an app that would aid autistic children and children who were non-verbal in communicating. So I ended up on that project over the summer.
I thought it was a really great process because it kind of was like, if I work really hard, I might get offered a job at the end of it. So I just made sure I put a lot of effort into it, and it paid off.
Allstate actually offered me a job at the end of the project as well, because of my grades and because of how well the project went.
You get such a mix of people, music, technology, English students, everything. That then feeds into when you're doing projects.
Everyone brings something different to the team, so it works really well. It's like bring a nice team together that has all the different strengths.
From the minute we started, they were talking about the employability skills program that they run, and then they've had companies in on a weekly basis doing talks. Maybe they've had students who've already done the MSc in telling us about their experience in a company that they've gone on to work with. They're so encouraging, they're really doing everything they can do to get you employed at the end of it.
Last year, we introduced a part-time version of the master's course. So it's very flexible. Students do it over a 2 to 3 year period, and we use what's called a blended learning approach for those students. So they watch online videos and news resources that we put online, and then they come in 2 evenings a week to Queen's. So this seems to have opened up a new opportunity for people who couldn't have done the other one.
Even though I'd done a little bit of coding before the Masters, I was basically at ground zero, like whenever I started it, so I feel like anyone can go in if you really want to.
Employability rates off the course are extremely good. Vast majority go straight into jobs. Most of the students also leave the course with employment already secured.
And the likes of Allstate, which is the biggest company in Northern Ireland, here, and like I said, Liberty, City, all those kind of places, it's very exciting that they're here in Belfast, and actually then Belfast can start to become a bit of an IT hub and be known for that.
The great thing about software is it's kind of a universal language, so I don't need to speak German to go and be a software developer in Berlin.
We have a student this year on the course who applied to do an internship with Infosys over in India, one of the biggest technology companies in the world, on a really cutting-edge project in machine learning.
Ideally, yes, I really wanted just to walk out of my degree, graduate and get a job, and that was the dream, and it happened for me, thankfully.